Hey, it's the first day of vacation, long vacation, and I've got a lot going on today. I need to run over and get this, whatever this is, taken care of. Got to get that cut and get this trimmed up a little bit, get that shaped, and yeah, so that's the first order of business. Actually, after I do a little bit of cleaning for my wife, I'm going to see if I can't give you guys a little bit of documentary on the hairs falling to the ground, because this is 1 month. So some people can't seem to get their hair to grow. My hair just won't stop growing, which is you can't win for losing whether you don't have hair or you do have too much hair, I guess. There's maybe some middle ground, but I'm definitely on the positive side of the hair growth. All right, I digress. Hang in close time. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, the coffee has been ordered, has been picked up. I am on my way to get the hair done. My goal on my vacation is to accomplish a few things. I got some laundry done for my wife. I want to get a few of the small projects done around the house early into my vacation, so that I can focus on some other things in the latter part of my vacation, like vacation. I want to talk today about preemptive strike. And so the idea about a preemptive strike this time of year for me, well, let me step back. A preemptive strike is when you do something before it's needed to be done, before it's thought of as a potential action. So preemptive strikes in warfare would mean that we attack the enemy, or they attack us, before we can even know that it's going to happen. And what that does is it gives you a tactical advantage over the enemy. And so a preemptive strike, when I think about myself and my day-to-day life, right now, I've got some things I need to work on personally. And so a preemptive strike for me is going to be focused around 3 major things. It's going to be focused around myself, my wife, and my kids. On my work, whether that is corporate work or vlogging or whatever it is, just anything that would occupy my time, there's one that supersedes all of that, and that's my relationship with the God that I believe in. I'm not pushing my religious beliefs on you, but that's what I believe. And so I'm going to be hard and fast about that. That's number 1, and so I'm going to follow that. So number 1 was on me. And so I'll hit on that one right now, hit the other ones throughout the day. So the first one is focused on me. I have been constantly telling myself that I'm going to do better at getting in shape, and I haven't done so. Now, let me step back. I gotta stop beating myself up. I have done so. I went from 290 pounds down to 220 pounds. I've gained a few pounds. I dropped down to 214. Now I'm back up to 220. And I know 6 pounds or whatever it is doesn't seem like a lot, but it is if you know, well, if you've ever tried to lose weight, you know what I'm talking about. And so I am focused on me. That's the first thing I have to do. And the reason why me comes just after my creator, my God, and before my wife and work, is because I need to be healthy in order to work and supply for my wife, and I need to be able to focus on being there with my wife and for my wife for the years to come. So preemptive strike to me is getting into the routine of goals before January 1st. Everybody looks at January 1st as the opportunity for New Year's resolutions. I say let's just resolute to take care of the problem now, and then continue to take care of the problem into the new year. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to be able to do this, and you guys are going to watch over the course of this next year what I'm able to accomplish, what I'm not able to accomplish, but the point being that I want to preemptively strike and get my head in the game of what I need to do day to day before January 1st hits. Because if I take the next 2 weeks and just lounge around and put on my pajamas and play video games and just sit on my duff, well, all I'm going to be doing is enabling myself to continue to be lazy into the new year and not correct the things that I need to correct. And so preemptive strike number 1 is me. I need to get fit, and I need to do that so that I can take care of all the other Okay, so I promised you some drone footage of Birmingham, but see, the problem is this is a no-fly zone. And I am not the person who believes that I should be breaking the law to get what I want. I believe that I should be experiencing things legally and doing things right. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So second preemptive strike for the new year, get my wife, spending time with my family. And the way that I'm gonna do that is really to focus in on what it is my wife wants to accomplish. So whether that's the house, in-laws, moving, whatever that is, I need to focus on that. The goal there is to ensure that I'm thinking about things from my wife's perspective as well as my own. Because the first one's about me being healthy, and that's all great and well and good. But looking at this sweet little stream that runs back here, if I can't find what my wife's desires are and needs and prioritize those right after the fact that I get healthy, well then I'm gonna be doing this alone. And I'm not into doing this alone. I tell people all the time, like, I'm the guy who needs somebody in my life. So I need to focus on my wife, make sure my wife gets taken care of. And so that's number 2. How am I going to preemptively strike that? Well, on this vacation, I told you I was gonna front load getting all the chores done at the house. That's one thing that I'm gonna do. But the second thing is doing things that she doesn't ask me to do. If you've been married for any length of time, you know that, well, it can be pretty tough when you have priorities and then your wife has something that she wants to do and she asks you to do it. I mean, it kind of looks like this. Hey, are you gonna clean that thing? And then you're like, clean what thing? You know what I'm talking about. That thing we were talking about yesterday. The thing? Yeah, the thing, Steve. The thing. You know, the thing. Now, the problem here is she's frustrated, so she can't think, so she can't pick the thing out. And you were not focused on her, so you can't pick the thing out, and so you go back and forth. You see what I'm saying? And so I want to avoid that. I want to lower the frustration in our household, and the way I'm going to do that is to pay attention to the things that need to get done and preemptively strike those things. So that's a big goal, and so I'm going to try to get that done. All right, so since I can't fly the drone, I'm going to head up to Boss and maybe see if I can't set this camera up and get a little time lapse of the hair being done. What do you think? Should I do it? Of course I should do it. Oh, I almost dropped my camera. We'll try to Christmas meeting together with you guys.
Yeah, it's good.
I haven't seen the kids.
I was talking with you for a while ago too, and you were and he said,
yeah, we're supposed to get together with them tomorrow.
We're leaving for vacation. But
look at that hairdo. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at the hairs. You see the hairs? See the beards? It's all trimmed up. I'm telling you right now, you need to go to this place right here. It's Boss the Grooming House. It's in Birmingham. Today, my appointment actually was at 11, and as I walk in, another buddy of mine, Josh Ushwitz. Josh, how you doing, man? Josh, I was sitting in the chair and I had recommended Boss to Josh a year ago, but Josh didn't go a year ago. He started going, I think, last month. I'm not sure, but walked in and he looked pretty darn good. Mason does an amazing job. You know, once a month, getting the thing done, looking decent. All is well. All right, so now it's time to go home, and you know, it's not so bad now. Now it's time to go home and do some work and hit on the third thing that I'm going to preemptively strike. So far, I have talked about myself, my health, my wife, my life, and now I'm gonna talk about this work thing. All right, I am back in the studio and it is a massive mess. I mean, it's literally a mess down here. So I'll give you it's kind of hard to see because it's not too bright down here, but you can kind of tell now. It's, well, it's a disaster. So here's why it's a disaster. I have been super busy running around like crazy. Kids moved back in for a little while and I just I couldn't get down here and do the things I needed to do. One of the things that I talked about in the preemptive strike, organize myself better. So I have a lot of really good opportunities both here and at work, and by work I mean my corporate job. And really, all I need to do to make these things a reality is just execute on a few things. It's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of things that need to be done, but I need to execute. I haven't been executing on a lot of things. Picking up, doing daily things in order to keep myself organized, that just hasn't happened all that much. So I need to do that more. And I plan to do that more. So that's one of the things. Preemptively, before January 1st, my plan is to get down here and structure this once and for all. 2, my MacBook Pro has to go back. Sadly, it has some kind of speaker issue. I'm not even sure what's wrong with it. It's a 2018 MacBook Pro. It's weird. I don't even understand what's wrong with it. It's brand new. So it is under warranty, so I gotta go send it back. My son and I are starting our podcast. So tonight at 10:45, 11 o'clock, he's coming over. We're gonna work for an hour to prep ourselves for a podcast that we're recording on Saturday. It's all new to me. And so that's another thing I wanna execute well for him as well, because I feel like as his dad, I should be an example of what being productive looks like. And so I'm gonna do my best to do that, although I do learn a lot from him on productivity. So I'm gonna do that. So that's the other thing. And then at work, my corporate job, I really need to just pause for a second and remind myself that I've accomplished quite a bit in my 20 years at the organization. I've moved a lot of balls forward. I've helped a lot of customers. I've helped a lot of associates. I've done a lot of things very well in that role. And so I need to stop beating myself up so much and just enjoy the journey. That is what I'm going to do. So let me just briefly summarize all that mess as it poured out of my head. I am going to focus on getting myself organized, focused on completing the tasks that I start. So that means the minute to minute, day to day, hour to hour type stuff that I tend to let fall off the map and the plate because of my creative side gets in it. I'm like, ooh, it'd be good if I did that. I don't even know how to do that graphic animation in 3-dimensional. Let me go look it up. That's good to go look it up, but I should bake that into a future project and just let this project be good. And then make the next one great, if that makes sense to you. So I've got to do that, get myself more organized. So again, cleaned up and organized, and then focused on doing the little things that will move the ball forward, because the big picture, I get that. All right, with that, I am going to end today's vlog. The giveaway for the night lights, hang on, let me show you one of them. So here is one of those night lights. I'll let that focus in for you there. Sleep Tight. And you can interchange these covers on the night light themselves. These are made by Bosscraft. And so let me see if I can get that to focus in here for you. Bosscraft, there you go. So you can probably make it out there. So bosscraft.com. And you can go there and order these, even though you may not have won this. So you can buy different plates and you can interchange them. And they are photo sensors, so when you plug them in, they do not turn on during the day, they turn on at night. There's the Michigan one and home and the that one and that one and that one, and so many more. You can see those at bosscraft.com. A good friend of mine who lives close to me, Corey, makes all these, and he's made some pretty cool ones for me, and my wife and I have bought those from him for Christmas presents in the past, and just gifts. I'm gonna end today's vlog. Again, my goal is 200. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 200 by the end of the year, December 31st. It's 34 people. It shouldn't be a tall order to get 34 people in 2 weeks to subscribe to this channel. Please, it is through your sharing, liking, subscribing that I will be able to achieve that. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing if you already are. Thank you for going down there and subscribing if you haven't yet. Click that bell, ding dong ditch with the bell, whatever it is you want to do with the bell, and that way you'll get notified when new videos come out. All right, with that, I am going to sign off, and that is the end of today's vlog. Sorry for the lack of B-roll again, but it was raining and there's an airport, so I didn't want to break the law. Okay, all right, I'm out of here.